my lovelies, and welcome back to Elizabeth Scattergood Aromatherapy. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for clicking on my video. And here I am in my beautiful clinic in Southwest Kerry. Just finished my day's work. Lots of very interesting people come in the door today. Now the next video, this one I want to talk to you about starting your own aromatherapy collection. Now it can be quite difficult because there are hundreds and hundreds of oils out there, and it can be very daunting when you walk into a shop or you look online and there's just loads of them and you're like, which one do I choose? Well, I'm here to help with that. So without further ado, I've picked 5 oils that I think would be absolutely perfect for you to have in your collection. And if you only ever buy one of these oils, then it should be this one, Lavender. Hooray for lavender. Lavandula angustifolia. Remember these Latin names, guys, because they'll be in the description below later on, but these are very important and I'll tell you why a little bit later. So beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. I used to have some outside my front door in the UK and it was just full of bees all summer long. It was gorgeous and the smell of it just wafted in the front door. Fabulous oil. Now, the reason I chose lavender is that it is one of the most gentle and one of the most versatile essential oils that you can ever buy. If you get a good quality one from some of the suppliers that I told you about in the previous video, you'll get an absolute corker of an oil. And I've always got a great big bottle of it here in the clinic. I've even probably got one in the car, I think, somewhere, or one in my bedroom. They're just, I've got it all over the place. It's an absolute must, and it's just so brilliant, so versatile. It's an analgesic. It's good for arthritis, it's good for muscle aches and pains, good for rheumatism. It's antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic. So it's good for you know, all sorts of fungal things. It's good for baby colic, and it's also good for period pains. It's very balancing of both the mind and the hormones. Nervous system regulator as well. It's calming, it's good for headaches, anxiety, insomnia in low doses. If you go the other way, then it can keep you awake. It's an adaptogenic oil, so it does, you use lavender in small doses if you want to go to sleep, and large ones if you want to be alert and awake. Now, it's very good for tachycardia, cardiothoracic issues. It's carminative. It's good for flatulence in that case, and colic. Very good for skin knitting, so healing of skin, burns, scrapes, cuts, anything like that, spots that have, you know, any sort of acne or anything like that. Very good for that kind of thing. So this oil is basically a good all-rounder. It's easier for me to probably tell you what it isn't good for. I will be doing a very extensive video just on lavender, so that we can talk about that for a good 5 minutes. And I still don't think that's going to be enough time. Let's face it, it's an amazing, amazing oil. So that's my first oil for you. The second oil I want to talk about is Roman chamomile, or Chamaemelum nobilis, and look at that beautiful flower. Isn't it gorgeous? Looks like a great big sunny day. Lovely, 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 lovely oil. Now this one is fabulous because it's very versatile for age range, basically. So you can use this pretty much from newborn to the very elderly, and very sick people can use this as well, because some of the oils you can't use when somebody's very, very ill. So Roman chamomile, brilliant for, it's an anti-inflammatory, it's an antispasmodic, so this is why it's good for babies, for massage. Another video coming up for baby massage oils. It's calming, it's digestive, so good for all things, you know, reflux, indigestion, that kind of thing, perfect for it. Very good for menstrual problems, and as far as the skin is concerned, eczema, inflamed skin, psoriasis it's great for as well. It's great for arthritis, for reducing inflammation. It's good for headaches, and it's good for menopause, and it's good for conjunctivitis, amongst other things. So a fabulous, fabulous oil once again, and vital to go into your kit as well. One thing I would say about chamomile at the moment is it is actually quite expensive. So do shop around and you'll be able to find a good price, but make sure you follow the guidelines that I've set, and basically make sure that you get a gas spectrometer test if from anybody who you're buying from. There are 3 online companies that I've done in the previous video. If you need to buy any essential oils, please use those until you can sort of figure it out for yourself once you've got a bit more experience behind you. The third oil I want to talk about is Frankincense, Boswellia Caterii, and as you can see, this is the resin actually coming out of the tree there, and then it's crystallized into this sort of lovely beautiful resin and then distilled after that. So it's a fantastic oil. People often tell me it smells like church, and it does. It's because that's what they burn in churches, in the incense burners. It's very meditative, very calming. My tutor and mentor back in the UK, Debbie Moore, hi Debbie, calls it a hug in a bottle, and I couldn't agree more. It's absolutely wonderful, calming for loss, for grief, for sorrow, perfect for that. But it's also good anti-catarrhal, antidepressive, which we've kind of covered already, anti-infectious and anti-inflammatory as well. It's an immunostimulant, so it can boost up your immune system. Great for scar tissue, and it's also anti-aging, so I do use it in the mature skin blends that I do in creams and oils as well. It's very good for asthma, wonderful, like we were saying, for depression. It's very calming and also good for listeria, would you believe? So there we are. That's the wonderful frankincense. Now, the next oil I want to talk to you about is Geranium, Pelargonium, Graveolens. Look, there's even a daffodil there, isn't that mad? This is, it's called Geranium, but it is actually a Pelargonium plant. This is the one with the little fairy leaves, and you rub the leaves and all the beautiful smell comes out. This is what the oil smells like. And funnily enough, I've been using this a lot today, this oil, because it really is a perfect oil for improving, it's good for nervous conditions, nervous fatigue, agitation, anxiety, that kind of thing as well, where it's also a very excellent antiviral and a really good antifungal as well. And it works beautifully for chickenpox and shingles. So if ever you've got chickenpox, either chickenpox or shingles, herpes virus, it's fantastic for that, to alleviate the infection and to actually improve your immune system. It's great for rheumatism, it's antibacterial, it's good for diabetes, it's good for a sluggish pancreas, athlete's foot, so more sort of fungal type things, acne, impetigo. It's an anti-inflammatory, good for burns and cuts and ulcers, breast congestion when you're breastfeeding, it's really good for that. And good for lymph congestion as well. So actually, if you're feeling a bit low and a bit rough, fantastic oil for using there. And great for anxiety, a really good relaxant as well. So beautiful, beautiful oil. I'm just putting these away. The last oil I want to talk to you about is another one that I would say, if you're going to buy 2, this is the other one that I want you to buy, because it is the fabulous tea tree oil. Marvellous. Melaleuca, Alternifolia. Isn't it a pretty little plant? Look at it, it's fabulous. The reason I would say that this is my number 2 oil, as it were, is because I just use it for all sorts of things. It's not just for me or human beings, but it's also brilliant for cleaning, marvellous, marvellous antibacterial, anti-infectious, anti-parasitic. It's antifungal, and it's also an immune system stimulant. So if anybody's not feeling very well, this is the one to use. It's also an antidepressant, so it's lifting the mood. It's perfect for that kind of thing. It's anti-infectious, like I was saying, but it's also improves your low immune system. So if you're really feeling run down and low, this is the boy to use. It's good for herpes, thrush, ulcers, aches and pains. It's also a neurotonic. So really it's a bit of a superstar oil again, a bit like lavender really. So the 5 of those, if you can't buy any others, those are the 5 I recommend. They're not the most expensive oil. Chamomile can be quite expensive, like I was saying, but the other 4 are reasonably priced most of the time. So if you can buy those, then that would be great. If you have any other suggestions, put them in the comments below. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. All of the relevant information, all the Latin names and everything, I'll be putting in the description for you so that you can refer back to it whenever you need to. And if, like I say, if you've got any questions at all, if you've got any suggestions, which oils would you like to put in your first little group of oils? I will also be doing another video later on this week, which will be covering maybe 3 to 5 oils again, just to sort of increase on the oils. And I will be doing the baby massage video, and I'll also be doing a video just on lavender alone, because I think it's such a superstar, it deserves its own little show all on its own, and that might be a bit of a lengthy one because it just goes into all of the chemical components and everything. So thank you very much for listening. It's been lovely to talk to you, and please, lots of feedback, lots of liking and sharing if you can, please, on your social media, or just tell your friends. And please subscribe to the channel, and I'll hopefully be able to talk to you again very soon. It'll be before the end of the week. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.